What's up, everybody? Little Friday night hangout. I know it's late, a little bit later than usual, but how's everybody doing? Let me know where you're listening from. I'll give you a shout out as always. Had some stuff going on earlier, so that's why the Friday night hangout is later than normal, but appreciate you guys hanging out. Cool Rains, what's up? Saying feel bad for the family. Wanted to go, wanted to go to the game that's going to be in Brazil. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, the Eagles playing the Packers in Brazil. That was going to be a given because my wife's a cheesehead and naturally go to Philly, see that game, hopefully watch the Eagles win. But you know what? That's fine. We'll go to a different one. I'm going to for sure be in Philly for at least one game, but the goal is like to at least, I'm thinking 2 regular season for sure. And then, you know, assuming that we're hosting a playoff game, we'll be there for the playoffs. But how's everybody doing? Friday night. If you haven't hit the like button already, please do. Appreciate that as always. We're going to give away the Big Dom jersey. I've got to get to that. So for sure that will happen. I'm going to wait for just a little bit, give time for people to, you know, trickle in and make sure that they're a part of the giveaway. Obviously, you don't have to be present to win. So as long as you commented on the video from, earlier this week, then you'll be able to enter. And for those that commented. So it's been a while, and I appreciate you guys hanging out now because I had not been able to do several of these. Just, you know, family obligations, engagement, had some family in town. We're celebrating birthdays. So, you know, it's just all over the place. I know you guys get it, but still had to show up, hang out for a little while. This may be an abbreviated one as opposed to the 2 hours that we do. But we got to do a mock draft as well for those people that are interested. We'll get into that. But shout out, Cool Rains, like I said, Redneck Football said, let's go. Brennan Weist, I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but New Jersey here, first Friday night hangout, let's go. Andy Byers, enthusiast, go Sixers. All right, there you go, like that. Michael Jr., love the hat, I appreciate it. Yeah, I picked this up during the Kelly Reen unveiling, I guess against the Dolphins, so big fan. I appreciate that. Lar Powell, how's it going? Ridge King, Jeremy Lutz says, what's up? Can you recap any of the moves / updates from the week? For sure, we can get into that. North Philly Mo, what up? Redneck Football, I was just wondering real quick, but are you religious? No, I'm not religious, but I guess don't like the term religious, but I'm a Christian, so there you go. David from Lancaster, Kadarian Mallet, I think that's how I said it. New Orleans checking in. Jimmy Rossani, my guy, South Philly, love the show, appreciate it. Fitness Warrior, what's up? How's it going, man? The family is doing well. Yes, it just took a little bit longer to, you know, get this started as opposed to the normal time, but that's how it is, you know. Frank from Philly, not used to seeing you with a hat. I think this might be, you guys could probably correct me if I'm wrong, I think this might be like the second time that I've ever worn a hat at all, like a recorded show, live stream, whatever. So yeah, I get it. It's a little unusual. I don't normally, it's funny because I don't normally wear hats unless it's games and for whatever reason. But like if it's an Eagles game, I'm going to wear a hat. If it's name your pick. I mean, really any like a baseball game, I'm going to wear a hat. Like for some reason, that's my go-to. But, you know, it's not on camera for some reason. I don't know why that is. That's just personal preference, I suppose. But Jasper Henson, Kadarian Mallet says, coolest neon sign. Yeah, I've got a link in the description too. I mean, if people want to get the sign, it's not mine, but it's just the link of where I purchased it from. So I've gotten asked so many times about the sign. It's expensive, so, you know. John Kemsky, Baja, Mexico. There you go. Shrek Smith, go Birds. Go Birds. Nate, what's up? This is Friday night. Hey, Josh. Nate, I appreciate the shirts, by the way. That meant a lot. Your message and everything else, that was awesome. I'm sure you saw it, but I wore one of them already, the QB1. They're going to get on here, but shout out to Nate. You're the man. Eagles for Life says, hey. Howdy. Thomas Sipling, never on for Friday Night Live. Let's go. All right, you made one. Fitness Warrior, when you come in, make sure and hit that like button. Absolutely. Not a plant, but just a avid supporter, and I appreciate that. Eduardo says, Powers Johnson as center will be drafted. Juergens will stay as tackle. Well, Juergens has never been a tackle. Maybe he meant guard, so that's fine. I make mistakes as well. But I disagree. I really believe that Juergens is going to be fantastic, so we'll see. Powers Johnson's awesome. I mean, he's got a lot of ability there. I don't think people would argue with on that side, but I'm not sure that I'm ready to go with Cam Juergens not being the center. I mean, heck, you at least are giving him one season because he was drafted as Kelsey's replacement, and we haven't seen him do that yet. But yeah, hey, for people that have not caught up and, like what we have going on this week, it's been a lot of draft visits. It's been Boston Scott is most likely on the way out. Ty Davis Price has his number. Julian Aquara got 52, so that's Zach Cunningham's number. You kind of read between the lines, the writing on the wall of saying, okay, those guys are not going to be returning. And not a huge surprise, but Julio Jones also number 80 going to Paris Campbell, probably won't be returning. It's not a crazy shock to that extent, but yeah, we have a new giant killer in Saquon Barkley. So unfortunately, Boston Scott probably not coming back because you would reserve his number, I would assume, for a guy like Ty Davis Price. It's not like you have a stud coming in necessarily in Ty Davis Price, but you just aren't saving that for Boston Scott. So that happens. Obviously, the signing of CJ Uzomah, I mean, tight end depth, there's optimism there. I don't think it's a drastic, crazy signing to make this a home run type of deal, but it's a positive. It's good. So just as far as, again, recapping some of the things over the week, lots of top 30 visits if you caught the videos, the variety of videos this past week. I tried to keep it focused on the couple prospects that the Eagles brought in, and if people are not as familiar with guys, trying to cover that. The most recent video naturally had Anthony DeBona, Pro Football Network. Anthony does a great job. I mean, shout out to him, but appreciate him coming on. He's been great as far as scheduling and timing and making things work. So he gets it with the life of, 2 kids and everything else. So he's in the same boat, but shout out to him. Frank from Philly, yeah, I know it's expensive. I'm going to give away a sign though, by the way. So for people that check out the sign, the link in the description, again, it's not mine. So I'm not advertising this, trying to make money off of it, but I'm going to give one away, even as expensive it is, because I've gotten asked about it quite a bit. Donovan says, what's up, man? Sorry I've missed a few streams. That's all good. I recently moved here in Cincinnati, needed to get settled. Glad to be here though. Let's go. Absolutely. You're all good. And again, I'm still very much considering coming to that Cincinnati game. And if that happens, I know you mentioned a stake on you. So if that's still in the works, it's not the only thing for coming to Cincinnati, but I've heard it's great. My brother actually went recently. So that's what piqued my interest even more. So we'll see. Trent, what's up? How's it going, man? Have not announced the shirt winner yet. We're going to do that. We'll do it here in a second. Eagles for life. Going to miss the giant killer. Yep. Kramer, you're not that late. I mean, we started 7 minutes ago, so you're good. No worries. Elijah asks, who do I think the tight end 2 will be? Uzomah or Calcaterra or someone else? It's a good question. I'm curious to see if we draft someone. It wouldn't surprise me if we draft a tight end, depending on where someone falls. But a Ben Sinnott from Kansas State, he could be an option if you get a guy like that. I wonder if Howie's going to go this draft with hey, we need a solid tight end too because of where Goddard's age is. And, hopefully he stays healthy, but there's always the injury concern, especially the way that he plays. I would honestly lean towards tight end 2 being whoever we draft, really. If it ends up being you trade back, you get a couple more draft picks, and then you take someone there. But, yeah, I think personally I would lean towards it's going to be some name in the draft. Now, take your pick on who that is. I mentioned just one easy name thrown out there, but, let's see. DeWad Jones, Eagles need to draft one of the top 3 cornerbacks, period. Eagles have not drafted a Pro Bowl cornerback since 2002. It has been a long time. They do need to do that. They need to draft a cornerback. You guys probably saw it again because it's pretty old news by this point, but covered in the video today. It's been talked about a number of times, but we have Cooper DeJean, who came in for the top 30 visit. That was a while back, but then also it was the official Jordan Schultz, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Oh, hold on. 1 second. I just realized it probably sounds weird too. Here we go. Are we good? I think that's better. I had the wrong mic plugged in, so it's a late Friday night hangout, but that probably sounds much better. So there you go. But Kool-Aid McKinstry also coming in top 30 visit. many with the Eagles, Giants, Falcons. Interesting because that's the second, like, upper echelon cornerback, a guy who's going to be first rounder. It'd be shocking if he doesn't go in the first round, maybe very, very early second round. But not sure if that tells more of a story of, hey, you know what, there's a for sure interest in the early rounds to take a corner, or if it's hey, you brought in Cooper DeJean because maybe he falls. Maybe you could trade back and even get him. Kool-Aid McKinstry, maybe trade back and get him, acquire more draft picks and still get a stud like that. Possibility there, but those are the only two major guys as far as like injuries also that you're getting your team doctors to look at. So it seems to reasons like, okay, there is some interest. I'm just curious to what extent and how much there, because again, it's like feeling like it's going to be O-line, someone on that side for the first round, more than likely. I mean, the odds say that it is if you go to betting odds and props and everything else, like BetMGM, I think it was like plus 150 for an offensive lineman, which is the most likely option on that side. But still, Daz says Tavion Sanders for tight end. That would be pretty sweet. Dylan, what's up? Says, hey, how's it going, man? Let's see. Trent. Oh yeah, no. The question of the religious or not. No, I don't like religious. I would say it's about relationship, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But yes, I do believe in that. Oh, I see the second comment from Dylan. Hey, Josh, I like the hat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Second, I think the second comment, second or third. Oh, Nate says if you want to give away Brotherly Shove shirt, I'll get you another one. We might do that. Okay, I might take you up on that. Dad's hoping for Jared Verse. It's only Lil CJ really hoping corner, learning under Slay, and we are set up for the future. Hey, I don't disagree with that, quite honestly. I've continued to say it. Quinyon Mitchell is my favorite option. Terrion Arnold, it feels like, I mean, maybe Quinyon Mitchell goes the first, but it feels like Terrion Arnold probably goes first, then Quinyon Mitchell, and then, you might. Nate Wiggins is weird to me. Like, that just feels like such a wild card, because in some mock drafts, it's like he goes really early, and then other ones, he's just sitting there still at 22. So, same probably for Cooper DeJean. But I don't know. You might have to trade up and get him if he's going on that side. Fitness Warrior says, Josh, do you think Kool-Aid McKinstry, or do you think Kool-Aid Bradberry will be a post? I'm sorry. Do you think if we draft Kool-Aid, there you go, Bradberry will be a post-June 1st since they play the same side? That's a good question. I think so. That's probably a good point that you're alluding to. But if you go ahead and cut him, you get more playing time. So that's where I would go with. It seems likely. I know regardless, you're going to have to cut him and eat some cap space if it's this season, if it's next season. I mean, unless you just play it on through. But there's dead money regardless. So in my mind, if you're drafting a corner that early, people say, well, hey, where's so-and-so going to play? What about Keely Ringo? Are we giving up on him? It's not giving up on Keely Ringo, but if the talent's available, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to knock it and say, hey, let's not draft this dude because he's a baller. Like, it just makes a whole lot of sense. And then it's easier to get him on the field. You can justify it, not having to fight for as much playing time. Yes, he still needs to learn. He needs to improve. But the thought on him, Kool-Aid McKinstry's not an elite athlete, but all of the scouting reports, the reviews, everything else there is a whole lot of just natural ability. I mean, he looks very patient. He's never rushed, never hurried. Talked about him on the video, also with Anthony and getting his insight. So it does make a lot of sense, but I would probably lean towards, post June 1st cut. You still eat some cap space or some dead money there, but that seems to reason on that side. Shrek Smith, appreciate the 2, man. Awesome. Says appreciate the late stream. It is much later than normal, but we had to do this because you got to give away the jersey. I'm sorry, the shirt. We'll do a jersey for the draft night if you guys are not signed up for that. Also, let's just go ahead and do this because it's been a while. And let me make sure I can do this. I'm gonna gift a couple memberships. Why not? Because it's a late night stream. We're all having fun. We're hanging out. You guys are you're the loyal supporters because it's 11 o'clock Eastern time on a Friday night. You could be doing a lot of other things, but you're hanging out. So I appreciate it. So let's gift away some memberships. There you go. There should be 5, I think, that'll go out there for people that have the memberships turned on. So Newsom, It's Only Little CJ, Mr. Scorpio, Daniel San, and Alex Cruz. congrats. You guys just got memberships. If you either already had them or you just got new ones now and able to use the emojis and everything else. But, little thank you to you guys because y'all are the best. And hopefully you already knew that, but there you go. And we are also going to give away the Big Dom shirt here in just a second. So I'm gonna get to some of the other comments real quick, and then we'll give the shirt away. Get to a couple other topics, questions, anything if you guys have that. And then it's Friday night, so we got to do a mock draft. We're not doing PFN though. I'm sorry. If people want to do PFN, that's not going to happen. At least not on this stream tonight, because it nearly killed me the last time that we did it, and I was so frustrated. It was a user error. I know that because it was too slow. But PFF is the one that we're going to use tonight. I'll just say that. We can go with other ones at times, but I made the mistake of slowing it way too much down. C. Newsom, hi, I'm late. Hope I didn't miss anything big. No, nothing big. We're just hanging out. Friday night hangout. Let's see here. Kramer, where will you be watching the draft? In the studio? I know you'll be live streaming, correct? Yep, we will be watching the draft right here. I'll have the TV like right there as I keep looking, on the screen, the monitor that I have. And we will be announcing draft picks and, reacting to everything. Hopefully it's a fun night, whether it's a trade up or a trade back, getting a couple other picks, but we'll be live first night and second night for sure. And then we were questioning, I'm not 100% sure about day 3, if we will. My hope is certainly that'll happen, but we'll see. Ivan Lopez, what's up? Says trade Bradberry midseason to a team that might need him. If someone wants him, yeah, just go ahead and do that. If you can get something for him. Did Bradberry have his jersey retired? I didn't see this. Sorry, I was preoccupied if I missed this. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not notice that. Here we go. So the Spartans, Bradberry number 10. How about that? Well, good for him. Let's see, what is that? Class of 2011? First team All-State. James Bradberry the 4th. All right. Well, cool. I actually did not know that, so appreciate it, Nate. You guys keep me informed literally, like as much as anybody else. So if you're not following on Twitter, I appreciate it, but message me, DM me, tag me and stuff. I try to keep up, with as much as I can, but honestly, there's at least half as many times someone's just being like, hey, here's this. And I'm like, thank you. I would have missed that. So it helps a ton. I might have missed a couple of comments. Oh yeah, the helmet color. Someone's asking. It changes. Yeah, it's like it changes after the 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, and I think 6 months, something like that. But I tried to make it where it changes to the color based on like the older helmets. So it kind of, I don't know, makes it a way to show how long you've been a member, I guess, if that makes sense. Donovan, appreciate the 5. Says the invitation definitely stands. Okay, stakes on me. But I think we need to go after Quinyon Mitchell for sure. Let's hope Howie keeps shopping for Fangio. I'm totally on board. Everything you said there. Love it. If we get Quinyon Mitchell, I am going to be ecstatic on draft night. That'll be, without a doubt, super excited. I don't know if it's necessarily at the same point of, I don't know. I mean, Jalen Carter was phenomenal, and that was like a shock that he's available at 9 whenever you trade up. But I don't know. I might be more hyped than that, just because, again, it's like a corner. Does Howie draft a cornerback? We never see this. It's the expectations and everything else there. So who knows? I probably would be. Kramer said just realized had to turn the membership. Okay, there you go. Landon Keller, you going to be at Devonta's softball game in Allentown? That's actually a good question because, let me see here. I know Thomas already talked about it, and I forgot to, but I've got it. Hold on. If I can find it. There we go. It's not the best picture, but it works. Yeah, so Thomas and I were reached out to by Devonta Smith's camp, I suppose. I forget the name of the individual, so that's going to butcher it. But we were reached out to them of like promoting Devonta Smith's softball game. So we're still in the works of like exactly what that's going to mean for us and like the involvement there. But it was pretty cool because we're like, oh yeah, like you want us to talk about it and get people more influence and everything else. So the fact that they're going to be there for the community, and obviously y'all know, I mean, the celebrity softball game is awesome. So we will see. I'm working out the dates. Obviously it's June 29th, but family obligations, and I got my sister's wedding that's like really close to that. So it's a maybe, but we'll for sure be like hyping it up and you know, advertisements and everything else on that side. So not gonna lie, I mean, pretty cool just to be somewhat involved with that. I will just go ahead and say, like, the obvious next question was like, hey, well, any chance to meet Smitty or, you know, just quick interview, anything? It wasn't a no that we got, but it was a we'll see. So that might be a polite way of them saying no, but I had to ask, you know. So if it happens, we'll see, and we will have the interview and everything there. But nonetheless, it might be possible. Let's see. Yeah, Ivan says draft a corner. Iron Mike, nice hat. I appreciate it. That's everyone seems to like the hat, which is great. Edwin in Atlanta. Zach in Tennessee. James Craig had his fire. Speaking of live stream, does anyone know what time zone Brazil is in? I know that's a long comment ago. I'm catching up on these, so someone may have answered that, but I think they're similar, but I don't know off the top of my head where they are. Redneck Football, how do you actually buy a membership? I think there's a link. Sometimes on the phone, it doesn't actually pop up as easily, but definitely if you're watching on the computer, it's just got a like join membership option, and as soon as you do that. Trent, appreciate that. Says I would love to support you more and give you some super chat. Only 14. I'm sorry, man. I really wish I could. No, you keep your money, bro. At 14, my gosh, there's no way that I would ever be donating anything. Anyone that donates is awesome, very well appreciated. But seriously, keep your money. It means a lot. Okay, I'm seeing some of the other people comment on the membership part. John Berger says no need for all the draft talk. They're going to trade 22, 50, and 53 for Micah Parsons. Okay, well, it'd be wild. Antonio, how's it going? Says Lane's the only first-round offensive line on the roster. He's not going to go O-line. They know they can develop one or two later-round picks. It's a fair point, yes. I mean, Jeff Stoutland is a stud for that reason. But I mean, you can't deny the fact that there's several players that Stout is showing interest in. They're bringing players in for visits. Troy Fatanu, like the only way they get him is in the first round. Now, it's a fair point. Yes, you do have Jeff Stoutland, but like, I don't think that's totally smoke and mirrors. If he falls to you at 22, I mean, you better be absolutely running that pick in, as much as I don't necessarily want it to be offensive line. But if Troy Fatanu is there at 22, I think that's a no-brainer. Let's see, getting questions here. Let me throw up this super chat, and then I'm going to send a link. I think I'm getting asked questions of, can people join through the phone? I don't know 100%. I'll send this link out here. I'm going to put it in the chat. for the membership. This might work and it might not. So we will see. Hopefully that works on your phone. I don't know 100% because I have not tried it. Just, trying it on mine personally because I'm already on the channel. Seriously, Illy says, please do film study on Chris Abrams' Drain. None of the Philly podcasts are mentioning this kid. Okay, I will look into that. Let me make a note of that here too, and I'll try to say something or mention that on a future video. One second. Okay, got you down. Let's see. Boy Brew, I think I said that correctly. What's up? It's Bruno from Houston. Huge fan. Glad to finally catch a live show. Appreciate that. I know you said you think the Eagles are going to go line if they're staying at 22, but what percentage would you say they go defense? I mean, off the top of my head, if I had to pick a percentage on defense, I would say I'm really hopeful it is defense. So it's like I'm weighing the I don't know, heart versus head argument, I suppose, like internally, but I would say 30%. I don't know, somewhere in there, 30% chance they go defense. I might just say more, but I really do hope it is. It just seems like the visits that we hear about, the players they're bringing in, it feels strongly that they'll go in that side. But I don't know. Elijah says it just opens up a browser. Okay. That might not help. Elaine, how's it going? Family is doing very well. Hope you're blessed. We are great. Okay, let's see here. Let's do the Big Dom shirt giveaway because I mentioned that a second ago, and it's time. Feels like we have enough people here. We brought up the momentum. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Appreciate that. If you're thinking about subscribing, means a lot if you do, but no worries if not. And let's do this. Let me share the screen. We got a ton of different possibilities here for people to win this. It's not the prettiest screen, so, apologies, but this is the best that we could do. And good luck to everyone that entered the Big Dom. And if you did not, there's going to be lots of other giveaways, so don't feel like you missed the one and only. But here we go. And the Big Dom shirt will go to G's GMB. Congrats. You won the Big Dom shirt. Hit me up. There's contact details. Twitter is great if you want to email me, thephillyspecialshow@gmail.com. I just need your screenshot of your profile and a comment there too, so just to make sure it's you, and then I will send it. Also, obviously, it's kind of a given, but I need your shirt size, and then we'll order and send out the Big Dom shirt. I'll post it to the community page too, in case you're not watching the stream or don't check in. So we will see. And if he does not claim within a week, it's the same normal regular rules, I suppose. And we'll spin again, or we'll just give it away to somebody who's actually on the live stream because I don't want to keep running this thing through. But so far, all the jerseys and everything else, someone eventually hits me up. So I will post that on the community page and contact details on that side as well. So congrats to you. I think I said that name correctly. Okay, let me mention the super chat because I threw it up there, but I was trying to get something else. So Jerry Lara, appreciate the 5, says, with the team we have, what would our record be before the draft? I think I've said it before, but I'd probably go with 11-6. It's about where my mind is at. I don't want to be too optimistic. I know I've heard a lot of you guys saying 13 wins, 14 wins. I love it. I love the optimism, and it's not impossible in my mind. I'm not saying that I don't believe we can get there and do that, but to me, it just seems more likely that, we could stumble a bit. There could be some growing pains. We're trying to adjust to some different coordinators, figure some stuff out, new guys in rotation pieces, trying to make an impact. So I would probably go with 11 wins as of right now. Now, we'll see what we do in the draft. Might change some things, add another win. Y'all know too, though. I mean, I try to stay optimistic, and as the season gets closer, it might end up being where I'm like, oh, hey, we're going to win more games. I just start getting hyped for the season. So, but yes, realistically, if I had to put money on it, probably say an 11. But appreciate the 5. Hey, another one. Fitness Warrior. Dude, appreciate it. The 10 bomb. Here you go, Trent. That's for Trent, dude. Okay. Yes, for real. Save your money and stay innovative. At 14, man. Time flies. That is for sure. Take advantage of the youth, Trent, and absolutely stay innovative. I appreciate that. Let's do another giveaway. You know, why not? LA Kid, what's up, Josh? Sorry I'm late. All good. No worries. I'm gonna give away. Let's give away a couple more memberships. Why not? You know, it's a Friday and we're hanging out. We're having a good time. So here we go. Let's do 5 more for the heck of it. And there you go. Let's see. It is Freddie RC9, Josh D. Hey, that's a pretty good name. That's not me, if people are wondering, but it could be. Jorge Ortiz, OJ didn't do it. That's interesting, the timing of all this stuff going on. Anthony Kramer. So congrats to you, 5. 5 more memberships. You're able to use the emojis and everything else. And people that know, you know, as well, being a member, you automatically get entries into the game ticket giveaways that we do during the regular season. So there's going to be a lot of those. We'll certainly give away lots of tickets to games and everything else. Because I appreciate you guys and want to give back. So there you go. Yeah, Dan Kwan, it's random selection. I don't get to choose, but it's probably for the best too. Just keeps me out of it. There you go. The algorithm gives it out randomly. So as Charles says, sharing is caring, and that is for sure. Jay Shaw is a great hat. I appreciate it. Redneck football. What is the draft? Or what if they draft Brock Bowers? I would be so happy. That would be fun, but come on, really? (12-5). Cool Rains 13-4. Thomas Sipling 11-6. That's I'm with Thomas. But again, I love the optimism. Yeah, Fitness Warrior. Josh D is the real plant, not me. That certainly sounds like a plant. I'm not sure I've seen a Josh D on the stream. So like this is the first time I've seen Josh's before, but that's as close to like just a Josh Davis person out there. So that does sound like one of those. Frank praying that you win tickets to Link. Hopefully so. I mean, I gave away, I think it was 7 games last season, 6 or 7 games. So there will be a lot of opportunities. And there's a variety. I did one on a Christmas stream that was more of like trivia based. And then I've done several that are like, you know, just kind of random drawings and entries and stuff like that. Shout out to Robert also getting married, I think next week, very soon, but ran into him at the link and gave away tickets when we were in Philly. So I just like to do stuff spontaneously, and that's kind of fun, but we'll see. This next season, it'll be even more. I can just say that. I'm excited about it. Torteville says the Uzama signing was a sneaky good signing. The Jets offense was terrible. He'll be a solid 2. I don't deny that. Definitely has some ability there for sure. Ken Peacock can't be optimistic after that Tampa game. Worst defending. I mean, things have changed. We can be optimistic, but I do understand if you don't want to be, I can't. I mean, I can't fault you for what we saw in the lack of just fight and grit and everything else, but we did change some things. Hey, let's go. Fitness Warrior. All right, giving away 5 memberships there. Bro, that is you're the man. I don't know how many we're up to, literally like a total of gifting memberships on that side, but you're the man, no lie. Let's see, who is that? Ken Peacock, Jason C, V Stradamus, Bird Gang, On the Go Base. I think that's how I said it. Congrats to those 5. Nate asking, does 11 wins win the division, though? What do y'all think? Does 11 wins win the division? It wasn't enough to this last season. Trying to think. I mean, Washington will be interesting depending on who they have playing quarterback. Do they get to 11 wins, though? I don't really see them making that big of a jump with 11. New York is, without question, not going to get there. And Dallas, I mean, they say they're all in, but the beauty that I love being here and listening to radio and all the Micah Parsons drama and trying to run him out of town and everything else there is this is not a team that seems like they're all in, and they're not making any moves that seem like they're all in. So for 11 wins, I'd say probably. I mean, if I had to guess, or the assumption would be, yeah, if you get to 11 wins, if we're 11-6, I would think that'd be enough to win the division. AMD says 18-0. I mean, I don't think we even play 18. Could be 17. Could be 17-0. Redneck's got to change profile picture. Yeah, that's tough. Cool Rains, Giants or Commanders will finish higher than the Cowboys. Okay. I don't totally deny that. I mean, again, with just kind of the drama they have. Charles Lawrence says no. Cool Rains says yes. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Fitness Warrior, I think it's about who we beat, right? That is also a good point. Yeah, if it's 11 solid wins and we have a good divisional record, then yeah. Be more careful says 11 will be enough this year. Dallas may fall back, and they have two. They have other two will make. Sorry, I'm struggling with reading. They have other two will have slight improvement. Yeah, Washington and the Giants. Tracy Ann saying you probably need 12 or 13. 11 would only win it if you beat Dallas twice. Anish David, 12 wins. San Fran, if we didn't melt, we could have had 23. Oh, 13. Yeah, I was going to say 23 was, yeah, that makes sense. 12-5 from Charles. 12-5 if limited injuries. Otherwise, 10-7. Okay. Dan Quan, I think right now it's going to be 10-12, somewhere in that. Okay, I like that. Redneck asking, buying membership worth it? Don't have much money and don't really know what it does. Okay, first off, don't break the bank. I mean, I appreciate all the support, all the super chats, all the memberships, everything else, but like, take care of yourself first. If you don't have much money, please do not buy a membership. I don't want you to do that. I do giveaways for people that are not members, but also there is extra perks and benefits of memberships because, I want to show loyalty, but that does not mean you're excluded from like t-shirt giveaways, jerseys, things like that I do occasionally. Just for subscribing. I do tons of stuff for subscribers. So yeah, I would say don't overstretch, like take care of yourself. Cool Rains, Phil Dallas is slowly going to rebuild. Kind of. I mean, Frank, I appreciate the support of saying it's definitely worth it. And it does support the channel, but for real, like if any of y'all are in the point of like, I don't need, take care of yourself. Do not. The last thing that I want is someone super chatting me and then I'm like, oh, you really need the money. Like, no, don't do that. Reddit, what does it do? The main thing is, I mean, you get to use the emojis on the chat. If you're at a certain tier, I do like a members only call the last Friday of every month. And so it's a like video stream over Zoom. And then for members, again, like I said, they have automatic entries into the ticket giveaways for games. So, and the longer that you're a member, the more entries that you get. So like I take a look and see how long have you been a member. So every time that I do a ticket giveaway, you get a certain number of entries per membership grade, if that makes sense. I'm doing a probably not great job of explaining it, but yes, Frank's saying it supports the channel. It does support me, but that's not the most important thing. Like if you want to, you can sign up, you can get a membership. That's great. But again, please don't overstretch or overreach, I guess it may be the right word. But anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. Fitness where I'm in bankruptcy anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yet you're giving away memberships, bro. Come on. I mean, I guess like if you're already there, but oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna get this mock draft here too in just a second, because I know we talked about as far as getting some potential picks or seeing who the Eagles might draft. And we definitely need to do that. So, let's see here. Let's get this set up in the mock draft simulator. And then I will share the screen. Frank from Philly, take my money. I mean, I'm not going to say no to it, but again, Gordell, fan from Illinois, never been to Philly, but I'm planning to go for a game this year. What's the must-dos in Philly while there? Hey, heck yeah. That'd be great. Which game are you going to? Curious, I guess, first off. Sorry, I got distracted by another comment. I'm going to get to it in a second. Trent, you are 6'4", 210 at 14? Bro, my gosh. Like, what on earth? What sports do you play? Danquan's been doing 60 mocks. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. Back to Cordell, though. Sorry, I got sidetracked because that's that comment. I'm like, what in the world? Yeah, I mean, you know, you can, there's, I guess, depends on like how many times you go, but I suppose like the first time in Philly, you know, you got to do the Rocky statue or the Rocky steps and take the picture with the Rocky statue. You got to go get a cheesesteak. D'Alessandro's is a must. Don't go to Gino's. Don't go to Pat's. Like, if anyone in the chat says that, they're trolling. Do not do that. But you got to eat a cheesesteak for sure. Obviously, you're going to go to the Eagles game. What else? I'm trying to think. What else? Obviously, the Liberty Bell. That was pretty cool. Enjoyed that tour. Again, that's very touristy things to do, but like first time, it's kind of like a must. Let's see. I'm sure the chat's got a lot of other stuff too, as well. Okay, Trent, football. Good. I was going to say at 6'4", 210. My gosh. Yeah, Trent's Johnny Wilson in high school. 6'4", 210. That's what I'm at now, and that's like the heaviest that I've been. I started doing CrossFit, and so I've started putting on a little weight, but that's like at 14, I was probably like, I'm trying to think, I was like 5, what was I, maybe 5'10", 5'11", like I don't know, what, 160 maybe at that time? Yeah, that's ridiculous. C. Newsome, random question. Do you have a fantasy or do a fantasy league? I think you mentioned something a while ago. Yes, good question. So we've got a draft league that we're doing right now. All you got to do, the link is, or not the link, but the info is in the description. But if you want to join our NFL Draft League, all you got to do is Venmo or Cash App, any amount, and then just email me, the Philly Special Show at gmail.com, and then I'll send you the link, and you can be a part of the league. Basically, you just submit your picks, and whoever gets the closest to the picks during the draft, like you're just predicting like who's going to get picked in the first round, then the winner is going to get a jersey of their choice. So if you want the first round draft pick for the Eagles, that's great. If not, you can pick any Eagles jersey. But yeah, any entry there. And then we're also going to draw randomly. So whatever dollar amount you throw into it is how many entries you get for just the randomized picker, or like the spinner wheel that you just saw. Like we'll do that. So that is the fantasy league for the draft. But then we also have like fantasy football for regular. So last year we did it with 32 teams, like 2 16-team leagues, and then winner take all. So wasn't too bad. $100 buy-in. A lot of cash up for grabs. But yeah, we definitely do that. And we will do the fantasy football again. Cool Rain's probably going to Philly next year. Sweet. Which game? I'm going to be there. Danquan heading there. Yep. Trent. Okay, tight end sounds appropriate. Remo, you were as tall at that age as I am about now. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all relative. I'm just saying, like for a 14-year-old, that's just nuts. Tight end is very appropriate, so keep that up. Joke sauce, live closer to Philly to watch the birds and not wait for them to come to Houston. What's this comment here? Trade up for Caleb Williams? Come on. Oh, I see. Okay, cool rains. Season actually isn't, but going in July. That's still cool. That'll be really fun. I was planning on going to Philly. Obviously, y'all know this, but I was planning on going to Philly for the Packers game. And that won't happen now because it's in Brazil. Which I made a joke about, and some people were saying, like, oh, that's not funny. It's not a real thing about the whole green comment. And I get that, yes, it's not. Like, the NFL doesn't schedule that because it's in Corinthians Arena, and then they're not going to allow green. It's going to be fine. People that go, I'm sure they'll have a blast. It'll be a great trip. But I'm just not going. It would have worked if it was in Philly. So those that do go, have fun, enjoy, and we will be streaming. So if you don't have Peacock and you don't want to pay for it, and you don't live in Philly or local to Philly with the channels, you can hang out with us. Or even if you are local in Philly and you want to hang out during the stream, we're going to be streaming for the entire game during Friday night hangout, and it'll be fun. I'll be somewhat bitter, but it'll be fun. I am going to go to games, like I said. I'm thinking at this point now, I don't know. It's like, might have to just go for the Dallas game, right? Like, I mean, the Packers was a given, very easy because I could convince my wife to like, hey, you want to go see the Packers play, and we'll watch the Eagles as well. But since that's off the table, it feels like Dallas has to be the next option. I mean, there's other good matchups, but like if we're going to take the trip, again, I know for sure it'll be one game. The question is like, can I get the approval or get on board to say let's go for a second one? We'll see. Oh, I think I missed the AI statue comment, but I saw a little bit of I think comments on Twitter. I'm not sure if I actually saw the picture or anything, so I need to look that up. Anish saying, I'm not sure how that works. Brazil's country flag is green. Yeah, that's true. It's basically the team, just to really quickly touch on it, the team there, and I'm not very well versed in Brazilian football leagues. Like, I like the Premier League, but I don't know the teams off the top of my head very well. But Joe, the striker, I believe, wore green cleats, and the rivals of that team, the bitter rivals, their colors are green, and so they don't allow or they don't want any green in that stadium. So, it kind of makes sense, but it's not like the whole country, I suppose. It's like the Brazilian Soccer League, whatever their league name is. I don't know, but whatever, anyone wearing green in that stadium naturally was like, nope, that's not allowed. They fined their striker because they were like turquoise-ish colored cleats, and he said that they weren't green. They thought they were close enough, so they fined him. But whatever. It's not an issue for the NFL game. They would have chosen something else or figured it out before the fact. So Trent, yep, okay, on board with the Dallas game. You like that? It feels like a given. Yeah, Dak's contract is absolutely a mess in Dallas. It's fun to watch too. But Fitness Warrior, do you make a bet with my wife, and do you think this is a big game for us, even though it's the first one? Okay, so yes. Well, not yet, but I'm sure there will be eventually a bet that's thrown out there. I was hopeful to go to the game and then figure something out, but we'll see. More than likely, it'll end up being a bet with my brother, because my twin brother. I think most of y'all know that I have a twin, but if you don't, well, there you go. I've got a twin brother. He's a Packers fan, oddly enough, and then my father-in-law naturally, is a Packers fan, and so it might be more of a bet with them than it would be my wife. So, not that it's impossible that she would also bet on that, but I do think it's a very big game. I think the ramifications of it, when we look back at the season, it'll be fairly important. Again, it's like, how many games do you need to win the division? But also, we talk about the NFC in general, and every game matters. It's very important, but I also think it's important for the psyche of the team. It's like, hey, this is week one. Now, I know it's Brazil and it's all these other distractions and everything else, but if you beat Green Bay, that's a huge confidence builder, certainly because we can get the bitter taste out of our mouth of the 6 of 7 games that we lost, and there was no fight and there was no glimpse of anything positive. Like, Green Bay surely is coming into the game going, hey, you know what? We're confident. Yeah, we got beat, obviously, because you didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but they were playing really well at the end of the season. So I'd say for sure it's an absolutely big game, a way to kind of test yourself and see where you stack up. But I don't know. I mean, it's Eagles 1.5 point favorite, I think, is where the line opened up at. Should be a really good game. Of course, the NFL wants to, put it on Peacock. Let's see. Oh, I missed one. Charles, welcome to Hungry Dogs. Let's go. Appreciate the membership. And again, just as a reminder, at the Hungry Dogs tier, we have the Zoom call. It's the last Friday of the month. Last Friday of every month is a Zoom call. I send out the link on the community page. So it's just a posting that I do, and it is sent out to just Hungry Dogs and up. But it has the link and everything else for the Zoom call. So if you want to come hang out, it's usually like, I'm trying to think, it's usually like a 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern, something like that, on Fridays. The last Friday. Just one Friday a month, the last Friday. But appreciate the membership. Let's go. Fifty Shades of Trey, what's up? Says, any update on the Isaiah Rodgers thing? Ever hear back? Nothing. No, nothing yet. I contacted him. I contacted his agent. I asked if he would like to come on for an interview, if he would be open to anything like that, and I haven't heard back from him, and I haven't heard back from his agent. So we'll see. He liked and retweeted a tweet of mine, and then I haven't heard anything since. So I know that he said that he does do interviews on YouTube, and he's open to it. So you know, the hope is eventually he responds. But we will see. Redneck Football, have you watched the movie Invincible? Absolutely, I've watched the movie Invincible. Every single like Philly movie has been, I'm sure, watched at this point. Like, what are people's favorite Philly-based movies? Because if there's anything I haven't, then yeah, I'd probably. Fitness Warrior agrees. Oh, the other Kramer. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kramer says got hopes up whenever you said Kramer for a membership. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's an Anthony Kramer that claimed it. So there's multiple Kramers. I did not mean to get your hopes up. Apologies for that. 50 Shades of Grey, super responsive on TikTok. Okay, maybe I need to try that then. I've tried just about every other way. So let me make a note of that real quick, just to, because again, the time of the season like this is there's not as much content to go over. Try to have regular videos for the most part, not every single day, because there's not really enough news to have a video every single day. But when there are things to talk about, then post some stuff. But yeah, let's see if we can make that happen. So I'll give it a shot. Check him out on TikTok. Edwin asking, are we going to do a mock draft? Yes. Sorry, we got sidetracked on some of the other questions. So, necessary roughness, football movies. All right, we've got this thing set up. I think we're good to go. So, people want to hang out for a mock draft. We'll knock this out, and then it is getting fairly late, so we may cut it off a little earlier than normal. I will also have it posted for the winner of the Big Dom shirt. That'll be on the community page. I think it was G's GMB, I believe, something like that. But here you go. We are in the mock draft, and I will zoom in here a little bit because it's almost impossible to read if you were on your phone. Maybe even on your TV, I'm not sure, but it looks okay if you're on your TV, I believe. Okay, I think that's should be solid. All right. We'll run through a fitness where training camp starts Monday. I wish it was. I'm somewhat concerned. I'll keep answering questions too. Just because we're doing this mock draft does not mean I'm going to stop answering questions. So feel free to keep throwing those out there. But Elaine asking if I'm concerned about the Brazil game with Green Bay. That is, yeah. I mean, I think that it possibly would. They're not going to be easy game for sure. Okay, I'm going to start it and then we'll keep chatting on this. 50 Shades says he followed me back for donating. Okay, give him access. Yeah, I might try that then too. The gift system. We know how that works. Okay, we're sitting here at 22. Jared Verse is still available. Wow. If he's still here at 22, as much as we might like some of these others here, that's kind of a given. I mean, this just made it a little bit too easy, I think, for the first pick. The only other option in my mind here is, like, do you trade back? I appreciate it. 50 Shades. I appreciate you continuing to message and mention it to him. We're going to make it happen, or you will. So, but yes, I need to try it on TikTok. I've tried it everywhere else. Instagram, Twitter, messaging his agent, following his agent, DMing his agent, emailing him. So we'll see. It is on the fast mock draft. Should I slow it down a little bit? I think I can do that. Hang on. Is it a little bit too fast? Oh, it's on turbo. Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit so we can see. I can speed it up later if I need to, but and then I'll go back over the picks just so y'all can see them. Okay, so as far as other picks recently, guys that just got taken, I'll scroll it up there so you can see. 12, Troy Fatanu at 12. See, that's why I think, again, this is just a mock draft, so who knows. But I think that Fatanu is going to go early. If you want him, you got to trade up. Terrion Arnold, 13. J.J. McCarthy, 14. J.C. Latham, 15. Cooper DeJean at 16. Seattle go with a corner safety. Fashanu, 17. Byron Murphy, 18. Dallas Turner, 19. Wow, he fell to 19 there. Drazon Newton. And Amarius Mims, 21. So we're on the clock. But again, it feels like Jared Verse is the obvious choice. Donnie 4 asks what I think of Andrew Phillips. I think he's got some good potential. You say Eagles go a line first round, then they could get Andrew Phillips in the second. Yeah, potentially on that side. Physical corner, not afraid to come up, make plays, and tackle. I believe Dane Brugler, if I'm not mistaken, has him as his possible favorite player in the draft. I mean, not like to take over everyone, but just in terms of like what he provides and the value that you could get him for if it's a late second round or early third round pick. So a lot to like with Andrew Phillips. And Philly's brought him in. They visited him with him, but I believe they brought him in for a visit also. Red John's asking who the Jets got. Let's see. I'll scroll up a little further. Oh, they got Quinyon at 10. It's an interesting draft here. Let's see. Huh. Drake May, number 2. And Joe Alt. Wow, Marvin Harrison, second receiver taken. I don't know if that's going to happen, but some people keep saying Malik Neighbors. Yeah, be more careful saying 10 seconds won't run off the clock. Yeah, I'm taking much longer than this should for Verse. I'm just catching up on the comments, quite honestly. Okay, so this is obvious. I'm going to take him. Jared Verse. Let's move on. Then Jackson Powers Johnson, Nate Wiggins, Brian Thomas, Adonai Mitchell, Tyler Guyton, Kool-Aid McKinstry, TJ Tampa, Chop Robinson, and Tyler Nubin to finish off the first round. Okay. Well, honestly, my hope is that we can somehow get the linebacker that we want, and he remains available because in every single mock draft, that is who I am hoping for, and I believe that he's still available. Or did he get picked? Hang on. There he is. There's our guy. Edgerrin Cooper. Although, honestly, I'm sorry, but if I see this board here, bro, am I crazy to take Ricky Pearsall at this point? Who's in favor of that? Who doesn't like that, I guess? Yeah, Red John, Brock Bowers went 8. Question on Adonai Mitchell. Yeah, he went where? Oh, yeah. He went late. 27. Late first round. Cool Rains says, take Cooper. Fitness Warrior, no, I would. Tony Holmes, no Pearsall.
Was that edge? Yeah. I mean, but I could take Edgerrin Cooper after. I could take Ricky Pearsall now. We pick 3 picks after that. Surely he's still available. Questions on who got worthy? No, nobody did, actually. He fell significantly, I think, on the board. I don't think he's ever been this low on PFF's ranking. Like draft position wise, he's 47, average draft position, but 68. I think that's changed. They may have updated their board recently. Donnie would take Anais Smith. Take him, then Cooper, Fitness Warrior says. I kind of think, yeah, Leggett 51 is the average draft position, but 63 is the rank. I don't. This is what I was talking about in today's video, and I've talked about a couple others as well, but I am very much intrigued to see what does Howie Roseman do, and with the potential of these receivers, this receiver class, as deep as it is, the guys that you could potentially get, I think it's too much for me to turn down. That's only because I still have Antonio says don't get cute. It you know, if this is real life, yeah, probably I don't get too cute. Okay, you want Leggett over all those anyway. Tracy Ann saying no, wide receiver first, then take Cooper. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Ricky Pearsall, and then we're gonna see. It might come back to bite me because if he gets drafted in one of the next 2 picks, then I'm gonna be like, dang it. But we took him. Pearsall, come on. We're good. We made it. We're in the clear. Oh, see, and hey, what? We might have lost him. I don't know. They might have taken Roman Wilson already, but you never know. The Steelers might have wanted that receiver and Ricky Pearsall instead. So see, now we get Edgerrin Cooper, and I'm not even going to hesitate. Like, this is a no-brainer, obvious. I'm not letting him slip any further. But we got a receiver, and we got Edgerrin Cooper. And now we wait because we don't pick for, what, 40 picks? More than that? Leggett, late second round. Marshawn Nealon, first pick of the 3rd round. Nealon has a ton of athleticism, but he's interesting. I know the comparisons are what he kind of got player comp. Malachi Corley, middle of the 3rd round. That's interesting. Okay. Johnny Wilson goes. There's Charter Jr. But Nealon has a lot of athleticism, like I say. There's Andrew Phillips, comment earlier as well, late 3rd round. His player comp, Nealon's was Derek Barnett, so I know that naturally makes people concerned or kind of like, oh gosh, please no. But depending on where he falls, and if you trade back and get other draft picks, then he might be someone worth considering. So, Anais Smith. There you go. It's true, though. It's a good point to bring up as far as where you might be able to take him. At 120, it's a possibility. All right, we got a lot of safeties here, guards, tight end available. Honestly, there's Cooper Beebe. I think if I've got Cooper Beebe right here, I'm just automatically taking him, but I won't rush to that. Ross says Leggett is best. Chen earlier was saying Cooper. Trent likes Worthy. I would actually love if we got him. He's got a lot of athleticism or speed. Dangerous weapon for sure, but there's a lot. No, I'm not taking Howie's spot. There are so many mistakes on that side. As much as, we might want to criticize. It's easy to play armchair quarterback. It's very easy to do that. I think that Cooper Beebe is is the play here. But we can go and look at some other positions. So let's see. We have what do we go with? We've got edge taken care of, wide receiver, linebacker, corner or safety maybe. Let's see. What do we have corner options? There's some potentials here. I mean, Eagles showing some interest in Kalen Carson from Wake Forest. I'm just looking kind of further depth as well. Let's see. What about safeties and corner. Tyke Smith, Cole Bishop. This is interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of in between if I go corner or do I go guard. Because if we don't take Cooper Beebe, or you can get someone later. Chin's asking what the first pick was. Jared Verse, actually. He fell to 22, believe it or not. I know that's kind of crazy, but took Jared Verse, then Ricky Pearsall at 50, and then took Edgerrin Cooper at 53. Antonio Holmes, Hart or Beebe. Okay, yep. I feel like that's probably what I'm debating between here. Is do I go with the guard and then wait? Or do I take the corner? Cam Hart's. I like the size. Oh, someone messed up a little bit there. Yeah, I mean, there's potential. I know that we need corner, but I feel like we're going. I think I'm getting Beebe. Fitness says that it looks like we're stuck with Bradberry. Yeah, that might be unfortunate there. We're stuck with Bradberry, or we're just leaning on, hey, Keely Ringo, you're taking the next step. Like all these hype videos, workout videos, and stuff that we're seeing. Yeah, you just need to be the guy. So that's probably what I'm relying on. But there you go. Cooper Beebe. So now we got to wait 161. It's the next pick here. So let's see. Okay. So be more careful. Zach Zinner is Dickerson all over again. First round talent, but dropping because of injury. That's fair. King Zero says Zach Zinter. Should have gone that direction. Yeah, I might have missed it. You know, we never know. I do like Cooper Beebe, but got the possibility. Okay, so we're on the clock. Let's see who's available here. Here's some of the top names. Malik Mustafa, Dylan Laube. Got some tight end options as well. Let's see, go back to cornerbacks and just take a look at other options. Yeah, we're getting to the bottom of the barrel for sure. DeAndre Fields, yeah, we're working, you know. The grind never stops. But no, we had to hang out. It's a Friday night hangout. Theo Johnson, Donnie says Mustafa's a good choice to me. The question is, like, am I going to go through this? And I guess we're so late at this point anyway. It's kind of like cornerback wise. Be more careful asking about Stiggers. That's a good point. Quantez Stiggers, I'm sure he went much earlier. I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. Mohamed Kamara, by the way, that's a good sleeper that maybe people are not sleeping on as much now because he's getting talked about so much, but love that name. Where is Stiggers? Is he not on the mock draft? Or did I just miss his name? Did I pass over it? There's no way he went like second round. I was watching those names. He may not be on the mock draft. I need a write-in is what I need because it would be. I think he's already picked at this point in real life, but I'm not seeing him. Yeah, he's not on the simulator. Charles asking, did we draft Mustafa the last draft? Yeah, I think we did. The last one that we did. I think it's solid at this point. I mean, you could go tight end too. Here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go tight end just because of player availability. We are looking for our tight end. I don't necessarily know that he is the answer, but then we've got 171 and 172. So let's do that. Let's go tight end first. I'm going to take Theo Johnson, and then we'll see where that puts us at 171. Malik Mustafa to Green Bay. So there you go. 2 picks before, unfortunately. I could go with the James Williams for Miami. Kind of a bigger safety / linebacker. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Be more careful saying Stickers would probably be here. Is going to fall in the draft. I'm curious, like what. I mean, legitimately, I'm just curious, like why you think he's going to fall like that. Personally, I'm under the impression that he would be, somewhere 5th round, like early 5th round, middle of the 5th round. I like him. There's work that he needs to do. Then there's some, raw pieces to his game. But Chin says James Williams, yeah, convert him to a linebacker. Again, like to me, I think that he's the pick here because of the hybrid ability that he has with Fangio's defense. Fitness says James is a big sleeper, in my opinion. Also, good point. If they didn't bring in Pickett, Joe Milton would be the pick. Yeah, I got to go back to back anyway, so I might as well just pick this first one. I'm going to pick James Williams. I like that. And who do we go with on the next one? We got some Laube or some Nugent. like versatility there on the O-line for sure, but I don't know, the weapon that Lowy is, that's maybe. Trent asking, did I grow up playing football? Yes, I did. I will say our family's more of a basketball family though, so like that was the number one sport. But yes, did play some football. I guess it was a sophomore in high school whenever it just switched to like all basketball. So played quarterback until freshman year, I guess, and then was receiver for a bit. But just like I'm 6'4", and I'm the shortest of my brothers, and they're like 6'4", 6'5", or 6'5", 6'6". So we're a big basketball family, and that's where it's almost like just go one sport. Looking back, I don't know. I wish that maybe I'd kept playing just like all the different sports. Now I'm into golf. I guess that's what you do whenever you like hit 30 and you're still looking for everything to do. But I play golf quite a bit. So anyway, getting off on a tangent. Tracy Ann says cornerback. Torteville says get Lobby. We need him for running back depth. Be more careful. NFL stubborn when it comes to taking players outside of NCAA draft. About the stickers. Okay, coming from CFL, they're not going to take him that high. That's fair. It's a good point. Yeah, it's outside of the norm of where they're looking and like productivity and what he brings to the table. But he's had what? Do you have like 16 visits or something? It's crazy the number of top 30 visits that dude's been in. So I don't know, maybe, but yeah, I get it. They're showing preferential treatment to the NCAA players versus CFL. All right, I think I'm gonna go Lobby though. There's too much on his game that just the potential weapon. Maybe it's the idea of Sproles that I see in him, and no, I'm not calling him Darren Sproles. So for people that take that the wrong way, but there you go. One more remaining, 210. Sorry, Anish, I saw that. Scroll down, see more. Charles, golfing is awesome. Yes, I absolutely agree. I'm curious, are there other golfers out there? Anybody that plays golf? I've got a million courses on my bucket list. So eventually, hopefully that we just work through that and, get to play on all the other courses. But not gonna lie, did not play a ton. Played a little bit of golf, but not regularly until COVID. And then it was like, hey, I got to get out there and be active, and it was great. It just still allowed you to be outside, somewhat social interaction, but the social distancing and everything else. So that's whenever it hit full force. No pun intended, but yeah, that's whenever all the golf action. All right, 210, last pick here. Who do we need? Who do we want? Somewhat of a crapshoot, I suppose, but a Jalen Ford, linebacker, Texas. I know this is a late pick. We need linebackers, and honestly, I think I would just take him. I know we got Adrian Cooper, but if we're looking at depth, we can go look at some other names here. There might be some others that you guys like, but just off the bat, Brandon Coleman. There's a maybe. Some potential interest in O-line. I don't know. I'm tempted for Jalen Ford, quite honestly. Fitness word, does Top Golf count? I suppose. I mean, Sean says golf is a man's game. That's true. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, compete till you're about 80. Frank says already missed everything. Who have we picked? Yeah, I'll share it here in a second. I think I'm going Jalen Ford. Redneck says Frank Gore, but I got Dylan Lobby, so I don't need another running back. Might be better than Nakobe Dean. Yeah. I mean, I get it. We're going to go through a whole draft here and not get a corner, which is maybe a mistake, but That's what I'm doing. Jalen Ford, I like the potential. Coach him up. He could be next to Edgerrin Cooper. You got some more depth. I like his versatility. We might have gotten too many linebackers there. Probably actually did because we took Williams as well. So maybe I regret it, but it's a pick at 210. Let's see what we did though. A, Jared Verse. A, Ricky Pearsall. B minus Edgerrin Cooper, but I'm not buying that. C, Cooper Beebe. Theo Johnson, B. James Williams, A minus. B for Dylan Lobby, and a B plus for Jalen Ford, which gives us a B plus. Okay. That's solid. Not bad. We probably should have gotten something more in the secondary, and that's my fault. For those of you that were saying we should have done a corner. I don't hate this draft, but looking back into it, probably needs something in coverage, some sort of youth, because we've got Slay and Bradberry, and I believe in Keely Ringo, and Eli Ricks could be there. But yeah, we might have had a few more. BMO says, yeah, Zinter over Cooper Beebe. Nah, that's fair. I got a C for it. Remo says solid draft. Yeah, Frank. That's what I'm kind of talking through here. It's like, yeah, we basically got 3 linebackers. Yeah, King Zero. I'm relying on Bradberry to bounce back for sure. All right, real quick, we'll do one more. Real quick, I'm gonna run through this, and then hold on. Let me zoom out here so I can reset it. One more real quick, and then I'm going to sign off. Yeah, I got two. Yeah, I was going to say, got too many linebackers. Nathan says Isaiah Rodgers. That's true. He's going to be a bonus, but still, I probably should have taken a secondary player. Okay, let's go. There we go. We should have it back set up. Okay, not turbo mode. Let's slow it down too. And here we go. Start the draft. Luke's got 325 on the Eagles trading down round 1. So let's hope. That's a big investment. Let's see. Fitness, I didn't see that comment. Terrion Arnold was benched for Eli Ricks. So how's Arnold first round and Eli Ricks is UDFA? Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. But also like the college game, and I think everybody understands this, but doesn't necessarily equate to like pro potential or pro ability, stuff like that. So where one you could fit in a college game doesn't always equate on that side. But yeah, like I think Eli Ricks was a steal as far as the UDFA. Okay, so we're sitting here again at 22. We got some options. I really want to do this one of, I know Torteville says JC Latham. Should I just automatically take Latham? What I really wanted to consider is trading back. Like we got Tampa, we got Buffalo, we got Cincinnati. I'm not doing that, but Tampa or Buffalo. And like if I trade back and pick up another selection here, like what could I get? Like I could trade 4 spots back and get 89. I know, people are saying JC, no question. I am intrigued on still picking up a decent player, but then getting that spot at 89 because I like available players at 89. Yes, it's probably a given. We got to get I don't want to, but I got to be smart. Okay, fine. I got to be smart. I'll take JC Latham. Chop goes at 26. Adonai Mitchell, 30. Peyton Wilson and Tyler Nubin rounding it out. Okay, so at 50, we're going to see where we're at. Luke slightly regretting. Okay, here we are at 50. Fitness is stuck with Bradberry again. Are we? There's a Max Melton or Andrew Phillips. We could do that. We could get those later. Here, let's see what this does. Got to trade back here because I still have 53. I know I'm going to get Edgerrin Cooper. That's a for sure that I'm going after. But I could trade back. Let's see, 93. Yeah, we're going to try to trade with Baltimore here. We'll move back a little bit. We still have 53. Okay, they did not want that. There we go. 62, 93, 165. They got 50. So let's see. Hopefully we can. Yes. Okay, we'll get our guy. This to me is still a given. We're going to get Edgerrin Cooper. I don't know if there's any mock draft that I can do to not get him. Okay, we got a quick question of where's Pearsall? Looks like he got taken. Pearsall has gone to the Colts at 46. All right, linebacker, Edgerrin Cooper. So now we have 62, 93, 120, and then 161, 165, 171, 172. We got a lot of picks. A lot of picks. We got our O-line, and we've got linebacker taken care of. Cornerback. Thoughts on Junior Colson? I love him. If you don't get Edgerrin Cooper, Junior Colson is the next pick for me. Love his potential. I think he fits the Fangio scheme really well. Coverage linebacker. A lot to like what he can bring to the game. Yeah, this draft is not working out. Frank says, I love the kid from Yale. I do too, but it's unfortunate. If I knew he would be available here, then I would have been like, oh, let's not take him. Let's trade back already. But anyway. I kind of think Andrew Phillips, but it might be early to take him here in the second round. I want to take a corner is really what I want to do. We've also got Jaden Hicks. Safety we could get. I'm not going to pick again until 93, so... Draft 3 cornerbacks, make up for it. Tracy Ann says wide receivers. Who are the wide receivers? Let's see. Jalen McMillan. Oh my gosh, there's too many options here. There's Malachi Corley still available. Johnny Wilson. Oh boy, okay. See, now I got to take even Anaya Smith if you wanted him further. Okay, we can get receiver. There's too many options. There's too many availability. Cornerback, I'm afraid I'm going to miss. It might be too early, but I'm going to take Andrew Phillips. Take Andrew Phillips and then wait and see 93. Hopefully, one of those will be available. BMO. Pause. I saw that comment. I missed him. I missed Wilson. I know. Because we're not till 93. Let's see if there's A to B. Oh, okay. All right. But Malachi Corley is still available. So that's automatic. Without question. If Malachi Corley, we traded back and then we get Malachi Corley there, that is, yep. I mean, I don't think that there's a question on that. There's Dadron Taylor Dimerson that I talked about. That's a, like him, good potential. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Remember what Steve Smith said? Yeah. All right, Malachi Corley is the play. I like it. I like we did. Frank Dingus, yeah, slot, yak, and returner. Demon says too early for Phillips. Should have traded down. Maybe, but yeah, I didn't want to miss out on the corner that I needed or wanted. So I'm sure the grade that I'll get for that will be like a C or C minus, but we'll see. All right, so we got O-line. We got receiver. We got linebacker. We got corner. Cooper Beebe is still available. Mohamed Kamara. Ben Sinnott. Kalen Carson. Edge. Anisha saying Brownlee. I like Brownlee, but we did just get a corner. Let's see. Let's go to edge. Yeah, I do really like Kamara. Is Zinter still available? Let's see. Yes, he is. Cooper Beebe, Zinter, Keegan. We could probably get him later, honestly. Yeah, I like this. Let's go Kamara. Then the next pick is 161. So we got to wait a little bit. Cooper Beebe's off the board. Kalen Carson, Ben Sinnott, Austin Reed, Christian Jones, Will Shipley, I'm going to see if I can trade up in this area. We've got a couple. Yeah. I'm trading up. I know that might be crazy, but this is this year's draft. Trade up, go get our guy. We'll still have 161, 165, and we offer up next year's 6. So there you go. We got that done. Get back into the draft here. And there's Zach Zinter. We got our guy. Then we're also back up at 161. I realize that we do have Latham, but it's just, depth of the O-line, potential. All right, let's see. We've got several other options here still. Kind of the same spot, quite honestly. Lauby, yep. I could do that. All right, let's do it because we've got multiple picks still here. Got 165, 171. Okay, so back on the clock. And I might take James Williams here. I know that we took Jalen Ford last time, but yeah, I saw that. I missed it. Yeah, the Dwight McLaughlin. James Williams might be a fun. Yeah, Andrew might be a fun project. I kind of like it. Charles, don't overthink it, Josh. I know that's. I'll sit here and overthink it to death, but you could do a million of these, obviously, and I've done a ton of them. I'm just trying to think of what I already picked, what I already drafted, and the needs of the team, and then not trying to double up, which is what I did last time. I picked 3 linebackers, basically. So let's do James Williams again. I like the versatility. We've essentially got 2 linebackers already. So let's just not make that same mistake. I might take tight end. We already got Lauby, so I might get Holker. I could take Barner. Yeah. Holker or Bell or Barner. Just looking at some of the others. Safety. Looks like a couple different Bells. So let's do that. Jaheim Bell. I did Barner, I think, in what, 2 drafts ago? Like one of the other nights. I think I took Barner then. Okay, last pick. 210. All right, last one. We already got a running back. I mean, we could take another one, I suppose, but center, safety, tackle. There's Jalen Ford. We've already gotten linebackers, so we're not going to make the mistake again of taking another one. We've got 2 good offensive linemen, so we don't need those. I don't know. I mean, maybe running back if you just we already got one in Lauby, but you could take another one. Gore for giggles. Yeah, Luke saying Joe Milton. I don't mind Joe Milton on that last pick, but it's just you already got Kenny Pickett and the quarterbacks on the roster and everything. Like I don't know. I was trying not to go that route, but it does make sense. There's some receivers. I'm going to take Mark Perry. We'll take a safety. A legit safety. I know we took Williams, but he's a linebacker, so we'll see. I got a dislike for that, apparently. So that's all right. All right, let's see how we did. We got a B+ for J.C. Latham. Got a B- for Edgerrin Cooper. A C- for Andrew Phillips, which, yes, I realize you guys saying that it was a little bit of a reach, but I needed the corner and I wanted him. Maybe I should have traded back, but I just wanted to make sure that I got him. Malachi Corley was an A. That's an automatic. Muhammad Kamara, a C. Zach Zinter, a D+. Great. A C for Dylan Lauby and a B+ for James Williams. C+ for Jaheim Bell, and a C for Mark Perry. So this was not a great draft overall, I would say. That was a B, though. They gave us a B. Okay. But it's a lot of C's there. I guess as they say, C's get degrees? That's all right. Could have been better, but, you know. I still wouldn't mind getting those players, quite honestly. I mean, looking at those names, I'm familiar with a lot of those players. We'll see. GM is fired after this draft. All right, well, I'm fired. Luke says decent. Frank doesn't understand half those grades. Donnie says Andrew Phillips is going to be good. Andrew, amazed how much they hate Zinter. Yep. You should redo it to get a higher grade. Mask on or off. Yeah, I'll I don't know. Someone hit the dislike button because they didn't like it, I suppose. Charles said we pulled that B from the skin of our teeth. I don't exactly know how that equates to a B, but I suppose it does. There's a lot of C's, B+ or D+, C+. Felt like we should have been a C plus grade, but somehow we did get a B. I don't know. Hey, here we go. Anthony says, "You get my stamp of approval." All right, so it gets some approval. I know you're joking, mask on or off, but appreciate that. Yeah, Anthony at least gives the approval. We got Dylan Laube, so I thought of you as soon as we took him. I like a lot of these players, but maybe I can understand a couple reaches and everything else. F grade for the choice of mock draft simulator, though. That's fair. I should go over and do PFN. PFN is fun because you can do it with 10 people at once. So maybe we'll do that one of these nights, or for the members, do like a 10-person draft on PFN. But all right, it is late and I need to log off to go and help the wife, or I guess just see the wife, quite honestly, because it has been a long day. But I like Brendan Rice, just for that question from Edwin. And Fitness Warrior says Malachi Corley saved us. If we got Malachi Corley there, I would be ecstatic, which is why I traded from that point. But all right, I appreciate you guys. Friday Night Hangout, always a blast. Again, shout out to those of you that won the membership. Shout out to, I forget the name now. Was it G's GMB, something like that? I'll post it on the community page. But for the individual that won the Big Dom t-shirt, I will post that here. Message me, and lots more videos to come. Mock drafts, everything else. You guys know if there's breaking news, obviously we'll go live. But you guys have an awesome weekend, and until next time, go Birds.